A big deal going down last night. Nelson Cruz, the 41-year-old, traded to the Tampa Bay Rays in a deal for Joe Ryan and Drew Strotman, the number 10 and 17 prospects here in the Tampa Bay Rays system. So right here, it's a good deal for the Rays, and I think it's a good deal here for the Twins. The Twins, obviously, they're rebuilding now and looking for some young arms and some young bats too. And I don't think Cruz is the only Minnesota Twin player we're going to see traded here before the Major League trade deadline here in the next week. So Cruz, he had a good Minnesota Twin career, and he's still putting up good numbers at 41 years old. On the season, 19 homers, 50 RBIs, 44 runs scored, 3 stolen bases, a 294 batting average, and a 370 on base. So right here, it's a good landing spot for Nelson Cruz, in my opinion here. He goes to Tampa Bay, good hitters park, obviously, indoors as well. And the other stadiums, they're going to play at a lot, obviously. The Blue Jays going back to Toronto, Fenway with the Green Monster, Yankee Stadium, and Camden Yards home run hitting park. So right here, Cruz, his numbers definitely could go up, and he could maybe finish the year with a 35 home run season if he definitely pushes the envelope here and gets things going right now. But still on the season, I think he'll finish with 30 home runs either way with the 19 on the year. And he's still very productive. And this Tampa Bay Ray team, in my opinion, needed one more bat to the lineup. And what's a better one than adding Nelson Cruz and sliding him right into your DH slot? Brandon Lowe, he's a decent hitter, but he's had a couple downs this year. You got Austin Meadows, you got Kevin Kiermaier, Randy Arizona. He hasn't had the huge season like we saw him last year in the playoffs break out with phenomenal numbers. And right here, Wander Franco so far has been off to a slow start, the number 1 prospect in the major league. So right here was a good deal, and they didn't give up much, in my opinion, to get Nelson Cruz, even though we know he's a rental and how much longer he's really going to play in the major leagues. Maybe 1 or 2 more seasons already at 41 years old. And for the Twins, none of these guys are going to have fantasy value right now, but it's a building block, like I mentioned, for the future. So right here, as far as fantasy baseball goes, Nelson Cruz, it's definitely a great landing spot, like I mentioned. And he's in home run hitter parks almost nightly now, with being in the AL East, like I mentioned. And Cruz, if you're a Cruz owner, expect bigger numbers from him, and expect him to hit a lot of homers now that he's with his new team. And he's a grizzled veteran, no doubt about it. He's bounced around the league a little in his career, but this guy's always put up numbers and home run numbers at that with all the teams he's been on. Obviously, Texas, he put up numbers. The Twins, he put up huge numbers the last few seasons. And now here going to Tampa Bay, I expect him to put up numbers and help this team for the playoff push. So right here, Nelson Cruz, he's going to help the Rays, and his numbers are going to go up, in my opinion, here for fantasy owners in the last 2 months of the season. So Nelson Cruz traded to the Tampa Bay Rays, and it's the type of deal they needed. And we'll see if Cruz finishes off with a big 2 months here in the fantasy baseball season.